Hello, thank you for watching. I've been thinking, what is science? How do we define that? What should we look at as science? I was thinking about that because my previous video that I just made on the same memory card was me commenting on an essay by somebody who used the word science a lot. Because he was demanding that religions religiously follow and accept everything a scientist says, except when he was telling the scientists to shut up, which was confusing. But what is scientific? When can we say something is scientifically proven or a scientific idea? We should only use the word science. There we go. Here's, I think Kent Hovind and Ken Ham are two different people that have a good take on this. They don't have opposite approaches to it. But science is learning by the scientific method, or what we can learn by the scientific method. Which scientific method is observing, testing, more observing, more testing, and then checking the other person's test. That is the scientific method. The scientific method is not making up a story and accusing somebody of being stupid if they don't like your story. So, what is science? What can we credit to science and call a scientific method? Technology, we have it because of the scientific method. Medical advances, we have it because of the scientific method. What about believing there was a Big Bang and no God a long time ago and everything happened, came into existence then, and there was a time period where there was no space or time or matter? Can we call that scientific? No, because nobody's seen it. You can't test it. You can't redo the test to see if you got it right. What about a common ancestor? All life on Earth having a common ancestor. Is that proven by the scientific method? Is there any way the scientific method could show that? Well, it hasn't yet. Storytelling is not science. It's philosophy, it's religion, it's storytelling, it's not science. What about the formation of stars and planets? Can we say we have a scientifically proven or a scientific knowledge about how those come together? No. No, we don't. Nobody's ever seen those things form. There are different shapes and sizes of stars out there we can see with our amazing high-powered microscope. It is scientific, we could say, to look at those and try to figure things out, but just because somebody says something and they use a powerful microscope doesn't mean that it deserves the same respect or trust. Trust is better than respect. Trust as a chemist telling us that this certain chemical is a poison, or that water is hydrogen and oxygen, because we can test those things. Alright. So I would prefer to say those things are not scientific, just storytelling about the past. Now, the common life, all life on Earth having a common life, that could be proven possible if somebody would do some selective breeding and get something different. But every time farmers breed, they get a freaky or weird, whatever they're trying to get, cow, tomato, corn, fish. But they don't get the fish to turn into a lizard, and they don't get the chicken to turn into a lizard. And so the potential for something to become something dramatically different has not been proven yet. Actually, we've got thousands of years of experiments now disproving it, because every time a farmer has more livestock or plants another crop. That is a science experiment. He's seeing what happens. Now, Kent Hovind's approach is to say there's science and there's not science. Ken Ham's approach is to say there's science and there's observational science and there's historic science. See, Ken Ham does give them both the honor of being called science, but puts the important and accurate qualifier on there. Observed science is why we have telephones and televisions and excellent dishwashing detergent. See, all of those things, all of our modern technologies have absolutely nothing to do, and medical advancements, nothing to do with a belief in a common ancestor. Genetic mutations that doctors use to try to figure out cancer and harmful bacteria, those mutations do not in any way come even close to proving a common ancestor. The bacteria become a different bacteria. The bacteria eat or process a different food source, or stop processing a different food source, and that's what makes them antibiotic resistant. The bacteria are not becoming insects or worms. And cancer is a genetic mutation. That's an example of what genetic mutations do. Not create a new heart in something that didn't have a heart before, or create lungs in something that didn't have a lung before, but wildly growing out of control and killing the thing. Alright, so some very disingenuous people, maybe some of them are stupid, accuse people of being anti-science if they do not accept what Ken Ham calls historical science and what Kent Hovind calls not science at all. And that is a very stupid or disingenuous thing to accuse somebody who does not believe your story about the Earth being billions of years old and dinosaurs go living in a long epoch and in another epoch in these long time periods. It's disingenuous to accuse somebody who does not believe that of being anti-science and then saying, well, you don't believe that, you don't go to the doctor, do you? You shouldn't go to the doctor. Those are two completely different things. Alright, so thank you for watching my rant about this. You have a good day.